Today's video is going to be about beef jerky and beer. I just recently discovered that's an amazing combination. Not necessarily eating beef jerky and drinking beer, of course that's good too if you're into beef jerky and beer, but no, actually using beer as an ingredient in making beef jerky, or at least a marinade for beef jerky. So here's the deal, here's a little backstory on this. I went to a farmer's market about a month and a half ago or so with my wife, and just local farmers, local raised beef and pork and all kinds of stuff like that. Obviously tons of fruits and veggies. But there was a vendor there that had homemade beef jerky. And he had like 6 or 7 different kinds, and this was award winning, and this one, you know, blah, blah, blah. And he's pitching his beef jerky, and of course, you know, I love beef jerky, so I have to go check it out, right? So I walk over to his little thing there, and he's talking it up. And he mentioned one of his beef jerkies won a local fair, and I'm like, this is, and he gave me little samples, you know, to see if I wanted to buy any. And I had one, and it tasted different. I tasted like, you know, kind of a beer flavor going on in there. And I thought, wow, this is different. I don't think I've ever had beef jerky with beer in it. And I asked him about it, and he's like, well, you know, secret ingredients, blah, blah, blah. He couldn't really tell me exactly what it is, but he told me that there was an amber ale that was in his marinade recipe. So I thought, all right, cool. And I bought a little bag to support him, and because I was hungry. So I had it. I gave a piece to my wife. She loved it. And I thought, wow, I got to make beef jerky with beer now. So as you guys maybe know from a past video, I had a ton of beer. And I'm not drinking beer anymore. It's just, right now, it's just too many calories, to be honest. It's not worth it for me. I do love beer. I really enjoy craft beer specifically because there's just so many different flavors and just so bold and powerful. If you drink regular beer, you know, you're a Coors, Miller, Bud guy, whatever, you owe it to yourself to at least try some of these different beers out there. It's amazing. And to me, it's like the difference between, I don't know, diet soda and regular soda. You know, it's the difference between a you know, dry piece of grilled chicken and fresh, juicy fried chicken. You know, it's just, it's night and day, really, with the flavors. But anyway, you know, it's not everyone's thing, which is fine. I mean, if you clicked on the video, you probably like either beef jerky or beer or both. And obviously, chewing on beef jerky and drinking beer tastes good, right? So why not flavor the beef jerky like beer? So, long story short, that may be, I may be too late for that. But I got rid of most of the beer that I had, but I did save a few of my favorites for special occasions and stuff. And this is basically what's left. So I have some Doable, I have Bourbon County Stout, this is a 2015. Got some Delirium, Dirt Wolf by Victory, some Rumpkin. These are big beers, by the way. Rumpkin's like 18% or something. Some Trappist, Rockford 10, Dogfish Head, 120-minute IPA. That's also like 18 to 20% alcohol. West Coast IPA from Green Flash. And I had a Stone Enjoy by 420 2016, I think. I wrote it on the bag here. 2015. So, as soon as beef went on sale, I got a you know, piece of London broil, and it was fairly cheap. Slices up real thin. I gave half to my wife to marinate, do her own thing, because I usually make my jerky hot. This time I didn't. I almost always make it spicy, but I wanted to see what this tasted like, and my wife doesn't do spice, so I figured I'll just make it tame, and I won't, you know, heat it up at all, so this way, if it turns out good, she could try some. So that's what I did. I made a marinade, and I used Stone's Enjoy by 2015, and I put in a little bit of molasses, a little bit of brown sugar, a little bit of garlic, salt, and I think onion powder, and that was it. And I marinated it overnight in the fridge, and then I just, you know, dried it out today. I spent all day doing it. I actually started last night into the afternoon, and that's how it came out. I named it Berky IPA for beef jerky. Feel free to use that name if you want. I thought it was cool. So yeah, Berky IPA. So it's an IPA influenced flavored beef jerky. Pieces came out great, and what I did differently, which I never did before, usually after the marinade, you know, after I marinate overnight or whatever, I'll just pat it dry so it's not dripping, and then I'll put it in the food dehydrator and just let it go. But this time, every time I rotated the trays out, I had the leftover marinade, and I kind of basted it a little bit. You know, I put a little bit I brushed on a little marinade as I went, which created this kind of sticky, you know, surface flavoring, and it really did give it a little bit extra flavor, which is nice. But I'm gonna try a little piece here and explain to you exactly how this tastes. And I'm gonna, you know, fast forward or edit this out because you don't want to hear me chewing on this for 10 minutes. So, be right back. All right, I'm back. And I'm fighting eating the other half of this piece because that was seriously, seriously delicious. The sweetness is definitely there. That's the molasses and the brown sugar. And I'm definitely tasting that beer flavor. The garlic I put in there, I put in fresh minced garlic. I don't really taste that much. It just tastes like Stone and Joy By. It tastes like an IPA. Actually, I should clarify that. It tastes like an IPA. I don't know if it's specifically Enjoy By. I don't really know if you use different IPAs, if it's gonna make that much difference in the flavor as far as the marinade goes, but I definitely taste hops. I definitely have that flavor in there. It really infused in the meat. Beer goes really, really well in a beef jerky marinade. And now I'm very curious about some different stouts. I mean, that Bourbon County Stout, I can't wait to try that. That's gonna be its own thing, you know, going on. The Rumpkin is certainly gonna be interesting. It's a very specific type of flavor profile. But yeah, I mean, you can really experiment now using different types of beer in your jerky. And now it makes me think to branch out and use different types of alcohol. I wanna make like a wine, you know, infused beef jerky. I'm sure that's been done before. I've never seen it. I've never had any, but I'm gonna do it myself. Obviously like a good red wine. Who knows, maybe brandies. You know, I'm sure whiskey jerky, that's probably been done some point down the line. Maybe all this, maybe beer jerky's been a thing for a long time. I just never knew about it. Maybe that's what it is. Here's another close-up of that beef jerky goodness. This is how I like my beef jerky. Dry, but just has a little bit of give. You know, I don't want to be chewing on cardboard. But absolutely delicious. Beer and jerky go great together for, you know, for the marinade. Even if you're not into craft beer and you don't want these funky flavors and stuff like that, just try something simple. Try some Sam Adams Boston Lager or something. Throw that in your jerky marinade and see how that comes out. It adds something special. I've made literally dozens of different types of marinades for jerky, and they all tend to come out the same. It's just kind of sweet, you know, sweet garlicky, or maybe a sweet with a little bit of heat. But I don't know, just the beer flavor comes through so well. I guess maybe it is the alcohol that's kind of, I don't know, penetrating the meat better. Don't really know the science behind it, but it works. I'm here to tell you, it definitely works. So it's worth trying out. I just like beef jerky so much as a good, you know, kind of healthy alternative to having a meal. You know, it's a good little snack. As long as you don't overdo it. Obviously, you can't have 2-3 pounds of beef jerky. It's going to be tons of calories. But yeah, just something simple to chew on, you know, in between meals if you get hungry. I'm waiting for beef jerky flavored gum to hit the market. When that does, I'll get tons of packs of that to tie me over in between meals. But in the meantime, I love my jerky, and it's a heck of a lot cheaper to make it yourself than to buy it. So that's what I've been doing. And since I just got introduced to this idea and it came out good, I wanted to spread the news to you guys. So like I said, if you have any recipes, post them down below. If you have any comments, thoughts, post them down below. I'll read them. He's been waiting all video for this. All right, give me a paw. Good boy. I'll only give him a tiny piece because he won't even chew the thing. If I could talk to dogs, I would tell them to enjoy their food. Anyway, that's it. Thanks for watching, guys. Take care.